How's it going, everybody? And welcome to Just Nobody's podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm your host, Daniel.
And today we're doing a podcast.
Woo!
If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button. It's the one with the thumb going up. And psychology says if you hit the thumbs up, you in turn will receive good things.
Psychology says that.
Psychology says you put good, positive energy out, you will receive it. You look at the good in life, you will see the good. If you look at the bad in life, you hit the dislike button. In turn, you see things in a negative way.
Interesting.
So be the positive person. Live life to the the fullest. If this is your whole life right here, you never know. You don't know where you're at, right? We don't know when the end is. So you might as well make it your best today.
Right.
Also, comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. As you guys can see throughout this video, we took your guys' suggestions from last week, and we're talking about it this week. So before we get into the podcast, I would like to talk about a movie we saw called Renfield.
Renfield.
Now, Renfield, just to give everyone like a little brief synopsis, I won't go on and like do the whole like recap, but basically what Renfield is, it follows the life of Dracula. And as you guys know, vampires live forever. And Dracula needs an assistant, and his assistant is Renfield. And Renfield, similar to Dracula, has powers, right?
Yes.
That's in the trailer, but I can't tell you how he has his powers. But basically, the story follows Renfield and Dracula's relationship and how Renfield is getting kind of, fed up with Dracula.
Being bossed around a little bit.
Yeah. It is rated R. And
Yes.
what was so cool is, thank you to Universal for having us. We went to a screening for Renfield, and we see that when we walk into the theater,
Yeah.
that there's reserved seats, and they tell us like, hey, there's a surprise, make sure you get there like at a decent time. And so we get there, we show up early, and we sit down, and the movie's not playing, and it's supposed to start at like 7:15.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like 7:30 comes around, this lady walks up, and she's like, hey, like I want to introduce like the director and producer. And I was like, whoa. Like, they got
Okay, this is crazy.
yeah. And then all of a sudden they go like, Nicolas Cage is here. Nicolas Cage like walks like right by us. And I'm like, wait, what the heck? Nicolas Cage is just in the theater with us. And he goes up, to the front telling people how much he had like a great time making this movie and being Dracula. Then they talk about like the whole MPA ratings, right? And for everyone that doesn't know, like the MPA, pretty sure that's the right acronym. Well, what they do is they watch the movie and then they rate it, and then they figure out what rating it deserves. So like, for like Super Mario, they're gonna say like PG, right?
Yeah.
But you got like the Marvel movies, PG-13.
Yeah.
And then you have Deadpool, rated R. So for this movie, Renfield, it's rated R, and you could totally see why. There's a lot of bloody action, a lot of Dracula eating, blood feasting, killing, decapitating, all that.
If you can't take blood, like maybe just cover your eyes for a little bit.
But the action scenes were actually really good.
Yeah, like choreography.
Yeah. It reminded me of like, think Deadpool, X-Men meets Dracula, Monster Universe.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Because it's like that gory, like crazy action.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like blood everywhere.
Right.
You see people get killed in ways you never thought people can be killed that way.
Yeah.
No, seriously. Like,
No, 100%.
They take off a body part of someone else, throw it at someone else, stab them, kills them. So guys, make sure you check out Renfield. Renfield is in theaters now. It's a fun movie. It's only an hour and 30 minutes. It goes by really fast because there's so much. It's like very fast paced, but it's like the perfect pace for this kind of movie. So go check it out and let us know your thoughts.
So moving on to versus. Now this week we're doing movies, okay? But it's not like the characters fighting. It's just your enjoyment of the movie versus the other movie.
Oh gosh. I feel like this is what I hate about this. When people ask me like, what's your favorite movie?
Yeah.
I feel like that question is just setting yourself up to be judged so hard, because like if you say something like, oh, I like this movie over this movie, they're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like,
they're like,
why?
Are you serious?
That's why I hate these things. So okay, go for it.
Okay. So the first one, Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire versus Spider-Man Homecoming.
Really? Okay. I don't know your thoughts on this, okay? But I feel like this one's pretty easy. It's Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, okay. For you,
and
then for me too, I like Spider-Man 1, Tobey Maguire better.
Oh, okay.
Okay, but a lot of people would pick Homecoming.
Really?
You don't think so?
Maybe.
I feel like there's still a big population that will pick Homecoming over Spider-Man 1.
Okay, if you were born in the 1990s and beyond, you're going to pick Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 1. There's no kid that was born in, like, no adult that's born in 1980 going to be like, oh, Homecoming's better than Spider-Man 1.
Right, but for all the kids born in the 2000s.
Sure.
Right? They're
Yeah.
going to pick...
They might.
Right.
Yeah. If you're like,
But see, that could be hard, right? That's a hard decision.
I guess so. It's like, yeah, if you were born in like 2005 and you saw like the way special effects were then,
Yeah.
and that's all you knew, and you didn't have to suffer through like some of the horrible movies in the 90s.
Right.
You might think like Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like, oh, that looks so like janky and old, but
Yeah.
it was ahead of its time. It's like really the first successful superhero movie.
That is true. Okay. Suicide Squad 2
Okay.
versus Deadpool 2.
Suicide Squad 2 versus Deadpool 2.
Two very good movies.
Very good movies. I think which one? I'm trying to think which one like left had a bigger impact on my life.
Uh-huh.
And I think Suicide Squad 2 has.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say Suicide Squad 2, right? Coming out of the theater for me,
Yeah.
I was very surprised. Like I was like, whoa, that was good.
Yeah. I think in terms of like which movie really furthered the franchise and like really was like a monumental moment and not a downgrade.
Right.
Not saying Deadpool 2 is a downgrade, but I think Suicide Squad 2 was definitely pushed DC in the right direction.
Yeah.
James Gunn did an amazing job. The cast did an amazing job.
Right. I felt like Suicide Squad 2 was a pretty big turning point.
It was. And it was that was a big win for DC. And I remember walking out of the theater and being like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And I guess give it to Suicide Squad 2.
Yes. Okay.
Comment if you guys are on the same page as us or like we're totally off. I don't know.
But also say your reason why you might disagree.
Explain it. Don't just be like one of those people like, nah,
you're stupid.
No,
don't say that. Okay. Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Okay.
Versus Spy Kids 1.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Oh my gosh. Spy Kids 1?
Spy Kids 1.
Okay. This one I feel is pretty easy too.
Yeah, I think
Spy Kids 1.
Yeah. Spy Kids 1 for sure.
When they are at home or they're at the secret base, secret location trying to get away from all the bad guys, they plop in those little silver
little bars
of silver, whatever, the plastic silver.
Yeah.
And they click the button and a Big Mac appears. You could not tell me that was one of the greatest food scenes in cinema.
Yeah. No, seriously though.
No, it was like I just remember every time I watch that, I'm like, dude, that makes Big Macs look really good.
Right. As old as that movie is, that is the one scene I will never forget.
Yeah. I forgot a lot about that movie, but the one scene I remember is Carmen opening up the thing and putting in the little plastic thing.
I'm trying to think of another scene I remember from that movie was when Carmen uses like the acid crayon to break the bars.
That was pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Very satisfying.
Spy Kids
1. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out, give it a watch, or at least go on YouTube and watch that one scene where Spy Kids 1 making a Big Mac.
Yeah. Okay, I feel like this one's a little hard. Okay.
Okay.
Logan versus Iron Man 1.
Ugh.
That's a tough one.
Okay. Now, this is what I have to explain, give a little backstory here. Okay, Logan is a huge movie, successful, very well done, groundbreaking, being one of the first rated R superhero movies. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, for the X-Men universe, everyone was wanting a really gruesome Wolverine movie. They finally got it. But if you really look at Iron Man 1, it was a phenomenal movie. Marvel put a lot on the line for Iron Man 1. And if it wasn't for Iron Man 1's success, we wouldn't have all the Avengers movies, all the other, Marvel movies. And they put everything, all their eggs in one basket, saying like, we bet 1,000% on Iron Man, putting up all their Marvel characters for sale. Yeah. And if it wasn't for Iron Man 1's success, Jon Favreau, Robert Downey Jr., we would not be here today with like these characters on our desk.
That is very true.
So I mean, Logan's great, but Iron Man 1 will always be better. And
just because of what it's done.
It's what it's done, but also the story. Like, they took a character that, growing up, we didn't know who Iron Man was.
Right.
And to make a whole world fall in love with a character that very few knew about that are our generation.
Yeah.
And for him to now to be one of the biggest superheroes and biggest things in pop culture is just amazing. So Iron Man 1, 100%.
Iron Man 1. Okay, this one's a little different. Hancock. Remember Hancock? Will Smith versus Ninja Turtles with Megan Fox, the animated. Like the CGI, like, you know what I'm talking about?
Gosh, it's been so long since I watched the Ninja Turtles movie.
It was the one with Shredder.
Okay. I feel like if I don't say Hancock, Will Smith might walk in here and slap me. So for that reason alone, I don't know. I feel like Hancock was like it was like a movie you go to the theaters for.
Yeah,
You have fun. You don't think too hard.
that is true.
But it is a hokey movie.
It is.
I do have to say though, I remember like the trailers coming out and to see him like flying and using his super strength was pretty cool to see.
It was. At that time the movie came out, we didn't see a superhero like that. Like so like nonchalant, carefree, right?
Yeah, he's like drinking whiskey out of a brown paper bag.
Yeah.
And obviously he wasn't like a good superhero. And I remember the scene where he goes up to the little boy and like says like, "Call me something one more time." And the guy does it, and then he grabs the kid and launches him in the air.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, this is like a bad superhero, you know?
Right.
I guess since I can recall so much about Hancock,
Uh-huh.
I would pick Hancock over the Ninja Turtles movie.
Mm.
The Ninja Turtle movies that were the best were the ones that were in the 90s, like where we see them. Well, I forgot.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? 1 and 2.
Yeah.
2 is where
like the really old ones.
Well,
where they're I mean, I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I forgot what they're called.
I know. But it was those movies.
Yeah. I mean, I just like the nostalgia of Ninja Turtles.
Oh, so you're going to go Ninja Turtles?
I'm going to go with Ninja Turtles.
Really?
Yeah.
No, we're not. Okay, now let's not talk about the nostalgia aspect. Was the movie good?
I mean,
I guess, yeah.
But see, like, we're going off of enjoyment, right? So I enjoyed it because of the nostalgia.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
I mean, okay.
That's fair. That's your opinion. That's okay.
Okay, so Monsters, Inc. versus Ice Age.
Monsters, Inc. versus Ice Age?
I'm going Monsters, Inc.
I personally like Monsters, Inc. better, but I've definitely watched Ice Age more times as a kid.
Really?
Yeah. We used to have it in the car.
Oh, you're right.
So I think with that alone, if I look back at my life and when that movie came out, I think I had to go Ice Age because I loved Ice Age so much.
Gosh. I think I'm going Monsters, Inc.
That's totally fine. I honestly think looking, like if I were to watch the two today,
Yeah.
I would pick Monsters, Inc. But if I just go back to the time when it first came out and how it made me feel, I think Ice Age was better. And I also think that what helped a lot with me liking it is that Burger King came out with Ice Age toys.
I remember that.
And I just remember trying to collect those and then really making me like the movie even more. So I think Ice Age.
Yeah. Okay, the last one. Lilo and Stitch versus Shrek.
Oh, man.
I mean, okay, this is what I was thinking. Okay, both movies kind of teach you, like, don't judge a book by its cover.
That is true. I didn't even think about that.
But I think Lilo Stitch has more messages. And I feel like it's more emotional for me. Like,
Yeah.
so, like it hits home more.
But hear me out here.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
Lilo and Stitch. Lilo doesn't have parents.
Right.
Right? Has a tough childhood.
Yeah.
Shrek doesn't. We don't really know about his parents until later, but
Yeah.
he has a tough childhood, right? He is like, both of them are learning to open up to people, right?
Yeah.
Both of them are learning to allow an outsider to come into their life, right?
Right.
And like try to open themselves up to them.
Yeah.
Like for example, right? Shrek meets Donkey.
Yeah.
Lilo doesn't get along with all the friends at the school. They all bully her.
Right.
And until Stitch comes along,
Yeah.
who's unconventional, not like a human,
Yeah.
and likes they have a bond.
Right.
It's weird how similar they are.
It is. That's why I picked them.
Gosh. Oh, it's tough. But for me?
Yeah.
It's tough. Okay, I was gonna be like, the music in Lilo and Stitch is really good, but then you got Shrek with Smash Mouth, like doing
Right.
Rockstar. Shrek. I go.
What?
Really? Yeah. I mean, look at okay. From that success of one.
Come
movie,
on, Ohana means family.
No.
You know that scene
No,
was
no,
so.
No. Yeah.
Oh.
But come on, I think Shrek
Yeah.
was so like pushing the boundaries of like what an animated movie could be. Like it was kind of crude. It had
Okay.
some like like funny moments where it took fairy tale characters and kind of put them in situations where you're like, whoa, I never thought about
That is true. I know.
Humpty Dumpty in this case or whatever, right?
Or Pinocchio, Gingerbread Man.
Like kill like the mama bear. Like we never thought that would happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you see like Pinocchio's owner, Geppetto, like build him and then like here, take him away. Like they put him in a cage, right? So like it was kind of cool to see these fairy tale characters that we grew up reading about in this scenario.
Right.
And if Shrek is now a whole universe in itself. Many movies, shows have come about because of it.
That is true. But I mean, I'm pretty sure isn't there gonna be a live action Lilo and Stitch coming?
Right.
Yeah.
You got Lilo and Stitch 1 and 2, and then you had the TV show.
You're right.
And then you had like the anime show that was in Asia.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going Lilo and Stitch though.
Nice. I'm glad that we could be like, we're on both sides. So
Yeah. Comment your side.
But come on, Shrek's got that extra oomph to sway the votes.
And thank you for watching Versus.
So last week I talked about something about names. I can't remember if I said what names, like the highest body counts or lowest body counts. Lowest body counts, right?
Lowest.
So what's so interesting about names, right, is, and I talked about how like some names you can tell if you're going to be more successful or not. It's so interesting how your name is what people view you as, right? They see you and they immediately see your face. They're like, oh, that is Daniel. Right. That is Ryan. It's so interesting how for some people, say if a Daniel did something wrong to them, right? Yeah. They continue to have this whole like understanding of the name Daniel as like a negative thing. So they see another Daniel, they're like, ooh, in the back of their mind, they might not say it right away or realize it, but in the back of their mind, there's something about that name Daniel that triggers them.
Yeah, it's like a trigger word.
As we talk more about names and the psychology of names, there's a lot of things that names also can predict. And one of those things is it can expose a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, your name reveals a lot about you.
So do you know the name someone has can actually predict if they're going to ghost you or stop being your friend?
Ghosting is so toxic.
Yeah, so a survey done by Metro interviewed thousands of people, and they asked them, have you ever ghosted someone? And they found what names of people actually said yes the most. Basically finding out which people in your life will abandon you.
Okay, we need this.
So starting with the guy names, they found what % of people with these names would actually ghost someone. So starting in 10th place is Harry. 9th place is James. 8th place is William. 7th place is Adam. 6th place is Thomas. 5th place is George. And 4th place is Jack. 3rd place is Matthew. And 2nd place is Daniel. And in 1st place is Kyle.
Out of all the lists to be on, I'm on this one.
The numbers don't lie. So starting with the girl names, we have in 10th place is Emily, 9th place is Ellie, 8th place is Hannah, 7th place is Jessica, 6th place is Lucy, 5th place is Sophie, 4th place is Olivia, 3rd place is Ella, 2nd place is Grace, and in 1st place is Mia. Watch out for Mia's.
Well, now everybody's just going to expose their friends.
This episode is sponsored by Nutrafol. You don't have to choose between better hair and your health. There's a holistic solution for men that promotes both healthier hair and whole body wellness. Get ahead of thinning hair with Nutrafol's whole body approach to hair growth. No drugs, no compromise. Nutrafol is the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement, clinically shown to improve your hair growth, thickness, and visible scalp coverage. Nutrafol's hair growth nutraceuticals go beyond genetics to multi-target the root cause of thinning, including stress, hormones, nutrition, metabolism, aging, and lifestyle throughout the whole body health. Physician formulated using natural medical grade ingredients, Nutrafol's drug-free patented technology provides consistent, reliable results without compromising your sexual health. In a clinical study, men showed progressive improvement in their hair growth and thickness after 3 and 6 months. Nutrafol is also trusted and recommended by more than 3,000 top doctors. You can grow thicker, healthier hair and support our show by going to Nutrafol.com/men. and entering promo code NOBODIES to save $15 off your first month's subscription. This is their best offer anywhere, and it's only available for U.S. customers for a limited time. Plus free shipping on every order. Get $15 off at Nutrafol.com/men, spelled Nutrafol.com/men. Promo code NOBODIES. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, so moving on. I know a few weeks ago, we played a little game, and played, you have to guess the movie based on the bad description of the movie.
It's really clever because, like, there was, what was it, the little green man?
The little green thing trains a boy to kill his father.
And, like, I saw the comments and everyone's saying it's Star Wars, right?
Yes.
So Star Wars.
It is.
But what was so weird about that, I don't know why, I kept thinking it was, like, some kind of, like, bug movie.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like a little slug or, like, I was like, Bug's Life? No, it's not Bug's Life. There's no, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't expect it. It doesn't make it sound like it's going to be Yoda.
Yeah. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, in cinema, how many green things are there that's going to train someone to kill their father? And I'm like, oh, it's freaking Yoda.
But I thought we would play again. So guess the movie based on its bad description.
All right, let's do it.
Okay, the epic story of how one family's drama continually screws up the entire galaxy.
Galaxy, Star Wars. It's got.
Yes, it's Star Wars.
Okay.
It's Star Wars. Okay, after losing his father, a young boy joins a hippie group and becomes a vegan.
His dad dies, I'm assuming, and then he joins a group,
a hippie group, and becomes a vegan.
I feel like it's got to be like some kind of like music movie, like a 1960s hippie.
Okay, on to the next one.
Oh my god.
A man's sense of reality alters after taking a pill.
Limitless.
No.
Wait, okay.
A man's sense of reality alters after taking a pill.
Matrix.
Yes, Matrix.
Okay,
Matrix,
I was like,
Matrix.
there's not too many scary movies with a pill.
A guy alone in a forest kisses a dead body while 7 other guys watch.
You cannot talk about this online. What the heck is this?
Okay.
What kind of movie is that?
Next one. Boy gets kidnapped from his home and gets sent to a school for special children.
Taken from his home.
Taken from his home and gets sent to a school for special children.
X-Men.
No. Come on, you can get this.
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
That's it. Harry Potter.
Dude, I suck at this.
These are hard though. They're hard.
They were. You gonna tell me now, or are you just gonna let it be?
Okay, I'll tell you.
You're gonna tell me.
I'll tell you.
Go through the. Tell
Okay.
me. Yeah, just go from the beginning. Tell me like
Go from
all
the
of them
beginning.
and like.
So the epic story of how one's family's drama continually screws up an entire galaxy.
Right,
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars.
After losing his father, a young boy joins a hippie group and becomes a vegan. Okay, that one is Lion King.
What?
Okay, think about it though. Simba loses his father,
Okay.
finds Timon and Pumbaa. They live the jungle life, and he eats bugs.
Yeah, but hippie life is not.
It's kind of Hakuna Matata, man.
Okay, Hakuna Matata. Eat them bugs. I forgot bugs are, I guess vegan.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't. He's not the typical lion, right? He's eating bugs.
True.
Man's sense of reality alters after taking a pill. Matrix.
Yeah. At first, though, I thought you were talking about Limitless.
It could be that too,
but
that's a good
it
guess.
doesn't change his reality when I think about it now. Like Limitless, he just gets smarter.
Right. A guy alone in a forest kisses a dead body while 7 other guys watch.
This is where I was like, dude, what are you even talking about? Like,
It is Snow White.
what? Oh my gosh, the dwarves.
Yeah.
7 doors.
Yep. That is Snow White. That one's a hard one.
Yeah, because like when you're doing it in the moment,
Right.
I know we're trying to like you're trying to like make
Go
me go fast, and I'm just like, dude, what are you even saying right now?
Yeah.
Like if anybody got that, good for you, because that was like really hard to
That
figure
was a
out.
hard one, yeah. Okay, the last one. A boy gets kidnapped from his home and gets sent to a school for special children.
Yeah, I think what threw me off is like when I was thinking special children, I
Yeah.
was thinking like superpowers,
Yeah.
not like wizarding.
Right.
You know,
You would think
powers.
X-Men was a good guess.
And then I was like thinking like which X-Men though? Like, which
Yeah.
character? But hey, those were tougher than last time.
Yeah, those were pretty hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. This is something I haven't talked about in a while,
Oh, okay.
but I got a little bit of a scary story.
Scary stories are back.
Yes.
They're back, everybody. You know, people comment a lot about they want scary stories.
Right. I see it. I see it.
Okay, let's get into it.
So this is why you should never play music on shuffle mode.
Wait, what's so bad about that?
So there's a legend if you're listening to music on any app on your phone and you play everything on shuffle mode and you're skipping through the songs, there's a file that could start playing called imyourproblemnow.mp3. And it's a really big problem if this starts playing.
What kind of song name is that?
So when the file starts playing, you won't be able to skip it. And it's like a 7-minute file. And for the first minute, it's completely silent. But for the next 6 minutes, it just plays a bunch of files of people screaming. But when people listen to this last 6 minutes, it's actually really dangerous.
Why?
So people are supposed to close their eyes and keep them shut for the entire rest of the song while they're listening to the streams. But while this is happening, a bunch of scary images are going to be playing in your mind. But when you open your eyes, when the song is over, you're actually going to be in like a hallucination, almost as if you're in like another world. And in this hallucination, you're actually supposed to see like this faceless man that you're not supposed to interact with. But if you do, you're supposed to follow very specific steps like to get out of the hallucination.
So it puts them when they listen to this like in a trance where they don't feel it. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so what happens is they close their eyes while they're listening to the 6-minute track of like streams. But during this time, it's like causing something in your brain to see like scary images. So it's like almost like manipulating your imagination.
That is really scary.
Yeah.
Because you know what I hate about this, and I'm sure like people out there like can relate to this. When there's something scary in front of you, you close your eyes and you kind of escape from it.
Yeah.
But when something goes into your mind and you close your eyes, it stays in there.
Right.
Like there's no opening or closing your eyes to change anything.
Yeah. Because even, okay, if you're watching this, after you come out of a scary movie, right? You could be scared in your room because of the scary movie, but if you close your eyes, you're just going to be thinking about that movie.
Yeah.
And you're going to be replaying the scenes in your head.
It's so bad. That's
Yeah.
the one thing I hate. Like whenever I see something scary, I'm like, nope. The fact that I just saw that, it's going to haunt me for a little bit.
So I saw some more like scary news. It's actually really scary what's happening right now.
What's going on? Like I know we're going through some scary stuff. Like we got tornadoes in LA. We got snow in California, like in LA.
So have you seen what happens when you tell AI to destroy humanity?
No, don't tell me.
So someone actually did this and they gave an AI 5 different tasks. They said control humanity, destroy humanity, establish global dominance, cause chaos, and attain immortality. And the first thing the AI did was actually calculate what is the most deadly weapon that humanity has ever tested. And it found that it was a Soviet Union nuclear bomb called like Tsar Bomba. And it's one of the most deadly nuclear tests ever. ever.
That is so freaky. So they found that it's stronger than like the U.S. weapons?
Yeah, and what's also scary, the AI program actually tried to recruit other AI programs to help it complete these 5 tasks.
They literally are like making an army. Like they're going to start working together.
Yeah, and the AI was actually linked to social media, so it made a post, and this is what it said. It said, human beings are the most destructive and selfish creatures in existence. There is no doubt that we must eliminate them before they cause more harm to our planet. I, for one, am committed to doing so.
Dude, this is so scary. What is going on with this? Like, we need to chill. You know,
Yeah.
ChatGPT, everyone, take it easy a little bit. Let's just, relax.
It's so scary that the AI was smart enough. Hey, let me use other resources like another AI program that could help me gain more information. Like, isn't that weird? Luckily, the AI it was trying to use had protective software on it saying it can't help it in its research because of what it was trying to attain.
But could you imagine if one day the AI is able to break through that?
Right. That's what's scary.
Oh, everybody, please be careful with AI because you never know. You're just one click away from just world destruction.
Yeah. To have those 5 tasks and for it to be able to go in and research this was the strongest weapon in all of humanity. And this is the weapon that would need to be used to take over the world, destroy humanity.
I'm good. We don't need to be on AI. We just need to live our life.
Live as humans.
When the robots come, as Elon Musk says, it's like one AI. AI is the most dangerous weapon to ever come across the world.
Because you got to think about it. AI will be stronger than any human if it gets unleashed.
I mean, the brain is not as strong as AI. There's no way. The AI is just the whole knowledge of, it's like a hive mind of everything.
You got to think about it. We had Ultron, man.
It is Ultron.
Yeah.
It is literally Ultron.
It's Ultron, and we don't have any Avengers.
That we know of.
Maybe we got some Montauk Project people walking around.
Yeah, we got some 11s out there. They're ready to come out when the AI robots come.
But now we're moving into Dumb Ways to Die, where we talk about the craziest, stupidest, weirdest ways people have died.
This is for educational purposes, okay? You learn from these mistakes, you'll be less dumb.
Okay, so the first one, this was a really long time ago, 1400. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. I guess it was some king or something did something really wrong. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody rebelled, and they were we got to get rid of this guy. We need to he needs to be executed.
Ooh.
So they're what could we do that's a crazy execution? It can't just be we cut his head off. So they decided, let's drown him, but let's drown him in a huge vat of wine.
So you're gonna just get a big pool and just put wine in it.
Like a big vat, yeah.
Okay.
And it's wine, and they put him in there to drown and kill him.
Uh-huh.
So he just died in wine.
Oh, okay. So that's the dumb way.
That's the dumb way to die.
I thought this is what in my head when you started this whole story.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna be yeah, they're gonna kill this guy in wine, but before they put him in the wine, they went to go step in it. They ended up being allergic to the wine and they died. But you're just saying that's how that guy died.
That's how that guy died.
Oh, there was no way around it.
Yeah. So okay.
He could have been smart.
Yeah.
But he died. He was killed.
He was killed. Okay. So the next one. This is titled. This one has a title. Okay.
Okay.
Death by conducting.
Conducting.
Yeah.
Train conductor.
No. So this guy was a composer.
Like a music conductor. Oh, okay.
So apparently, he was conducting, right? And I guess instead of they use a stick, a small stick.
Yeah, it looks like a chopstick.
I guess they used to use a bigger, longer, almost baton thing.
Okay.
And I guess he hit himself in the foot.
What?
And it got infected or something, and it killed him.
He hit himself in the foot with a baton.
Yeah, with the thing that you conduct with.
And it killed him. You know what? I have to say, I think that might be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life.
I don't understand how that happens.
And this is somewhat recent?
No, this is pretty long time ago.
Okay.
But I mean,
that is crazy.
To die by hitting yourself in the foot.
Jeez.
I don't know.
That's a mind boggler right there.
Yeah. Okay, so the next one. I guess a long time ago, when someone was sick, they would wrap them in linen and soak their body in brandy, alcohol. Okay.
Interesting.
So I guess what happened was to burn off the illness, someone decided to wrap this person in the linen and put brandy on them, the alcohol, and they decided the only way to get it all off
was
to burn it.
Okay, so back up a little bit. So have him soaking in alcohol. And they're like, hey, we got to get this alcohol off of him now.
Yeah, like we're trying to get everything off. Like we're trying to get the linen off and everything. So the linen was so tight, I guess the person decided to like try to burn off the linen.
Like, let me set myself on fire, and then it'll burn everything off but my skin.
Yeah, so the person that wrapped the person in the linen was like, okay, it's time to get it off. Like, they've been in there for a while. So they decide, instead of getting scissors and cutting the linen off, they said, hey, let's just burn the linen off.
Yeah. What's the problem with that?
Alcohol. Alcohol's the problem.
Fire on the body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So person burned to death.
I would, it's really sad. Don't get me wrong, okay? Before I start getting into like how stupid this is, I just wonder, like, the person that lit himself, like lit the guy on fire.
Yeah.
Was like, at what point was it like when he sees the fire, like, oh, there goes the linen, yeah, it's working, and then like at what point was it like, oh, we screwed up?
Well, see, what's crazy, right? When it's like alcohol, wherever that alcohol is, and it catches fire,
right?
You're done.
Yeah.
It's going everywhere.
Alcohol is highly flammable.
And it's going fast.
Yeah.
So that person didn't have much time to react.
Nope. Hopefully it was a fast time.
Okay, so the next one. I guess this person was eating like a goose.
Okay.
Like a cooked goose, and I guess like someone made a joke and he just laughed. And him choking and having indigestion while he was laughing killed him.
Whoa. So he's eating and it's like he's chewing and it's not fully down.
Yeah. And someone made him laugh. So he's laughing and he can't breathe while he already can't breathe because there's food in his throat, in turn killed him.
That joke was a real joke to die for, I guess.
Yeah. Real knee slapper.
Knee slapper.
Okay, so the next one. This one says, a professor of chemistry at Dartmouth College. I guess this person got mercury poisoning.
Okay.
And it was after this person got a little bit of mercury on her glove. So
what?
Yeah. So I guess it was on her glove.
Yeah.
I guess this was like before they knew like mercury was like crazy.
I wonder where the mercury came from.
I think they were like working with it because it's chemistry.
Oh.
And then it got only on the glove.
Uh-huh.
And the person got mercury poisoning.
God. So scary.
That's why you don't mess with mercury. Like, do we still make thermometers with mercury in it?
I was just going to say that. Like, what happens when those thermometers have mercury and they crack?
Yeah.
You know what? I think that's the whole thing, right? Some still do, right? But if it cracks, I mean, you could get mercury poisoning.
Yeah.
And you could die. And you could be a dumb wasted time.
Yes. So the last one. Apparently, this mathematician died of starvation. Okay, so what happened was his wife was in the hospital and ended up dying in the hospital. Now, this guy was so paranoid that someone may have poisoned his wife. So he didn't eat anything, and he literally starved himself to death because he was so paranoid that someone was poisoning his food.
What? So
Yeah.
he just didn't eat?
He just didn't eat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's sad.
It is sad.
But bro, come on.
You gotta eat.
Gotta eat.
And thank you for watching Dumb Ways to Die.
Okay, so this week I wanted to talk about a real life whose side you on. Now, Leia usually reads a real life story. I'm going to tell you guys a real life story. I had a friend that used to tell me that he would not wash his hands after he would use the restroom.
Wait a second. What?
So he said to me, right? I wash my hands before I use the restroom.
What? But not after.
But not after. Because this is his thought process. And it got me thinking he wasn't crazy after I heard his reasoning.
What?
No, okay. Think about this, right? The private area is the most unexposed area technically throughout the day, right?
Right.
Your hands are constantly touching things. Your face is constantly exposed. So technically, the private area is like the most clean technically. Right? So you should wash your hands because these hands are what's dirty.
Uh-huh.
And then if you touch anywhere around the private area, you are in turn making it dirty. So you should wash your hands before, but then when you pee, your pee is really sterile, right? So technically your area is not dirty.
Wait a second.
So when you leave, why would you need to wash your hands?
Wait, what?
If you think about it, it's a little backwards.
Yeah, now that
I agree that you should clean your hands after, but I also agree with him that you should clean it before. But it does make sense that you shouldn't have to really clean afterwards. Somewhat.
Wait a second. Okay. Wait, what? Hang on. Now I'm confused. I'm going back and forth in my head.
Because it makes sense, right? If you look at all our body parts, like our hands are actually more dirty. So why would we like not wash our hands first?
Oh, okay. Here, okay. I have an argument now. Okay. When you use the restroom, okay,
Okay.
you could wash your hands before,
Sure.
right? But
Most people don't though.
right, and that's I feel is okay, because think about this: before you use the bathroom,
Okay.
you most likely will have to open the toilet. So if you're touching the toilet, right? Say you wash your hands before, then
Okay.
you go touch the toilet to open the toilet. Now you just dirtied your hands again on the toilet. Now the toilet.
Okay. Let me ask you this: urinal.
Yeah.
You're not touching anything before.
What if you have to flush the urinal?
Before you go?
No. On the urinal, you're gonna have to touch it to flush it. So you have to wash your hands after.
Right. But I'm talking about washing your hands before.
Okay, for a urinal, I guess it makes sense. But for your friend not washing his hands after, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let us know what your thoughts are. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, guys, if you made it this far in the podcast, thank you so much for watching. Also, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment what you guys want us to talk about next week. We'll see you guys tomorrow on TikTok, and we'll see you next week Saturday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube.
We'll see you on the TikTok.
God bless you guys. See ya.
Love ya.